AWB's 2021 Manufacturing Week is presented by Primera.
Our enterprise solutions would cut your monthly operational costs in half. Taylor, it would pay for itself in 6 months. So, what do you think? One more time. I'll go one more time.
Your employees work hard for you. Give them a health plan that works harder for them. From Primera Blue Cross, with more options to fit your business needs and budget. Because your employees depend on it. Find your plan at business.primera.com.
The Inland Empire is a hotbed of manufacturing. This year, we're excited to see medical manufacturing, a vaccine maker, aviation mechanics and training, and we host a manufacturing summit. Welcome back to AWB's Manufacturing Week Bus Tour presented by Primera. In this state, if you want a rewarding living wage career, one of your best options is in the aviation field. We're off to Spokane Community College where they have a great program that's pumping out future aviation mechanics.
Thank you for coming to Spokane Community College Aviation Maintenance Technology Department. Here at Spokane Community College, we're here to try to support the local community, to help students find a path to employment, to enrich the city, to enrich the state, to go on even to bigger and better things. And then here at our aviation department, what we try to make sure that we instill in our students is the value of providing safe, reliable, on-time air power. We are a Part 147 certified and approved school. Part 147 requirement is 400 hours of instruction in what they call general, then 750 hours of instruction in airframe, where they're going to learn everything about the airframe from nose to tail, wingtip to wingtip, and then another 750 hours of just learning about the power plants, the aircraft engines, so either reciprocating engines or turbine engines. Once the student goes through our program and completes the FAA examinations for their license, they're authorized to work on any US certified registered aircraft.
In here, we're actually working on actual aircraft, and they're taking those full aircraft apart and seeing how those pieces they had before are now tying everything together. We try to do as much on aircraft as we can of actual working on aircraft, but certain systems we need more reinforcements. We have lots of different trainers for them to see and have hands-on with those. These students are split into two halves. One half is working on the inspections that are required every year, the proper rigging of the aircraft so they can adjust the flaps, the wings, and those items. I would say that if you like mechanical things, how things work or go together, this is definitely one of those. It's a very hands-on career. And aviation, you get to travel. If you want to see around the world, there's all kinds of opportunities.
It was great to see the students at Spokane Community College today, where they're earning a living wage as they come out of SCC. Next, sometimes manufacturers make big heavy items, but other times they make intricate and small. We're off to Spokane Valley to check out a company that's making aerospace, medical, and space-related manufacturing parts.
Our roots go back to the 1940s here in Spokane. My family took over the business in 1986, so now it's second generation. We don't make anything of our own products, so we don't hold patents. We make our customers' design, and we concentrate in several different areas so that we've got nice diversification. We typically try to take on the most difficult projects so that that's what stands our machine shop out from other machine shops. We have about 170 employees. About 65% of them are going to be machinists. The rest of us are support staff for the machining aspect. The building is about 50,000 square feet. For this current building, we do have a building next door as well. We've got up to 11 axes of machines, whether it's lathes and mills and combinations of lathes and mills. Upstairs is our classroom. So I've hired a full-time teacher. He is a machining teacher. I hire younger people without any machining experience. And once they prove their work ethic for about 3 months, then they go into the school. And it is a full-time student job for a 3-month program in order to get them trained up into becoming a machinist. So that's what we're doing in order to kind of get over the skill set hurdle that we've got. Our employee board, about every 3 months, we'll have a photographer come in, take the professional pictures of all the new hires and get them up on the tree. That's our little family tree. These are our continuous improvement boards. Okay, you'll see them all over the shop. They're all standardized. Every employee is required to be in a continuous improvement. We call them a huddle. And this is where the employees talk about what they can do to make their job better. And it could be a process improvement. It could be a morale improvement. It could be, we don't like the flavor of the donuts on Friday. I mean, it could be anything. It's up to the team to implement or vote it down. We manage our company with a production board here. It's all drawn out of the system in real time. So at 10 a.m. every day, my whole management team comes. We stand around the board. We talk about the things that are going on for the day so that you're touching on sales, production, and then the warm and fuzzies of the people side.
Wow, what an impressive facility. Thank you to our friends at MacKay for opening up your doors. It's time to thank our show sponsor, the Avista Corporation, and thanks to all our sponsors on this tour: Primera, the Boeing Company, Amazon, Cascade Natural Gas, Walmart, Alaska, Battelle, Google, Swire Coca-Cola, and Banner Bank. Next up is the 2021 Manufacturing Summit, where we're going to hear about resiliency and retention in the manufacturing space.
Good to be back in this facility. Believe it or not, for many of us that grew up in Spokane, this was the putt-putt golf location. And believe it or not, they used to, all those windows were painted out black. You couldn't actually see out them. Apparently they wanted you to focus on your golf game. But I was just here a couple of weeks ago, and this is exactly what this space was envisioned for, was to bring local groups together, statewide groups together to look at some key issues like we will today.
And many of you are probably wondering why someone from the airport is here and cares so much about manufacturing. Well, the airport obviously moving people and all the people of your businesses, but also your friends and family and neighbors. But we also get up every day working to be a multimodal hub, and we focus on runways, obviously, rail, and roads. So we want to move your goods all over the nation, all over the world, and we're happy to partner with all of our great manufacturers here. And I'm just really humbled and honored to be with you all here today.
The pandemic has added a whole nother element to our market because we are actually involved in the manufacture of the vaccines, and dealing with the pandemic and positives within a facility that I hope I never find out, but I'm not sure the FDA would allow us to shut down if we had an outbreak in our facility, because we can manufacture life-saving drugs that will save hundreds of thousands of people. So it's, from an HR perspective, that's kind of a terrifying prospect, but also probably our single largest retention tool is that we are literally involved in the manufacture of products that save people's lives, and there's a huge sense of fulfillment that comes from that. So, Employee wellness has been the backbone of some of our strategies for the last 5 years. When I started about a little over 5 years ago, we were in the double digits of renewals, year after year. The same challenge, but I mean it was off the charts. And what we've recognized, I've recognized this from years past, is once you engage the employees in employee wellness, I mean, that's the crux of it all, right? Is most of your expenses come from the experience, right? Just making the choices. But what we also find is that that's also the key to employee engagement. If we can get them to become partners, then that's the opportunity as well.
Behavioral health also means substance use disorder as well as any adverse event towards your body. So it could be stress eating, it could be just low to mild anxiety and depression. It takes on lots of different forms. We found that follow-up is real engagement. 3+ visits, now you're starting to address the underlying symptoms and not just putting a Band-Aid on things and addressing the symptoms and not the underlying disease. So that's really important.
What a great program that was. It was truly special to be here at the home of Expo 74 for our 2021 Manufacturing Summit. Many thanks to our friends at Premera for making this event happen. Next up, we visit the only manufacturer in the state of Washington that's producing COVID-19 vaccine, and they're sending it all across the globe. Let's go off to see Jubilant HollisterStier.
So welcome to Spokane and welcome to Jubilant HollisterStier. We're a sterile product manufacturer with 100 years in the business. Started out in the treatment of diagnosis and treatment of allergies. So if you've ever had anybody with a skin test, they may have several reactions. So we were one of the innovators in that. But in this job, all we're doing is day-to-day manufacture. I can say I've vaccinated well over 250 million people in the lifetime of one of the vaccine contracts. Those are childhood vaccines. So, that's a point of pride that I take.
The site we have is pretty much a hidden gem in this part of Spokane. We really do not sell products which you see as made by Jubilant anywhere, right? But we employ here 850 people, and they probably will be 1,000 2 years down the line. I'm pretty proud of the role we have played in COVID in the last 1.5 years. We were the first one to make remdesivir for Gilead, which has been our, the biggest, as I said, that kind of defined who we were and how we save lives. We've made antibody for Eli Lilly. We are making vaccine for Novavax. So I think these three are the deals which we have publicly announced and which kind of brought us to the spotlight and the role we played in helping the world through these times.
This area here, as you can see, operators are in sterile gowns here. They're actually in this suite, they're sterile filtering from a less clean area into a sterile area. Because it's sterile, I have to prove every day, every minute that the environment is sterile as well, where we're testing particles in the air, bacteria in the air, bacteria on the people, and bacteria on surfaces. We are the only facility worldwide that has touched every treatment for COVID. So remdesivir, monoclonals, and vaccines. It's really an amazing story for this site.
Hey, thank you, Jubilant, for hosting us just now. What a Chamber of Commerce-like day to be here at the home of Expo 74 in this great pavilion. This was our 5th time being here in Spokane to celebrate manufacturing that exists right here in the Spokane region, and it is alive and robust and growing. Follow along with us at mfgiswa.org. We're off to the Tri-Cities to see their exciting manufacturing industry. Join us tomorrow.
piece of my heart.